Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Cat on Point. Good morning, everybody. I hope you're having a wonderful day. It is Thursday, September 15th, and it is the day after weigh-in. So I didn't get we had a lot going on yesterday. I didn't get my video up yesterday, but did get on the scale in the morning, and I'm down 1.6 this week. So I'm really happy about that. I did a few things differently this week, and I wanted to share that with you. I had been counting my calories as well as using my WW app. And I love the feedback that you guys have been giving me as far as, whether you're using the app or not anymore and what you're doing now or what didn't work for you in the past and stuff. I just really soak all that in, and I love having that information available for others down in the comments. So keep them coming. Share your experiences. It's such valuable information. I had been counting the calories and looking everything up. Now, I know I don't want to, I'll do that from time to time, but I don't want to do it for the rest of my life. But it is a very valuable tool to see where you're at and gauge, how much you're having, because I think we should all know that. I have a calorie, calorie calculator, and how much you're, kind of lets you know how much you're supposed to have, and it's down in the description box. I usually have it there in case you need it. But this week, I didn't want to count them because I have been using counting calories to gauge the serving sizes and how much I should be having. And I wanted to take those training wheels off. It's a bit of a training wheel exercise for me, and go, okay, let me do this without the training wheels and gauge what I'm having and see if I could do this. And I'll look at what the weight loss is or weight gain at the end of the week, and then see where I'm at. And I did have a loss. I think that it worked well. I really thought I was just going to maintain, but I'm so glad that I actually lost a bit. Now, what I do is I normally have most of my carbs and my calories earlier in the day, breakfast and lunch, and then except for date night, I have a very small dinner. Not everybody in the family, but I will do that because I'm not really hungry in the evening. So I'll just have like maybe a bowl of soup, which is a low point soup, and a piece of toast, or an egg with egg white and a piece of toast, or something like that. And it's like, ends up being pretty small. I don't want to consume a lot of calories in the evening and then go to sleep on them and then wake up and be hungry for breakfast because I feel like I didn't really use the calories from dinner. So I'd rather use most of my calories, or I know that it goes into your body and everything. You don't immediately use the calories that you intake, but sometimes you do use some of that energy, and I want to use that energy throughout the day. Walking and doing all my things, and then in the evening I want to give my body a little bit more of a rest. If I'm not going to fast, after lunch till the next morning, I want to have a very kind of like a low demanding meal that I have, so it's not demanding a lot from my body to digest it. So that's what I've been doing. And another thing that I've been doing is, and I have carbs, I have everything, I have all the things. I try to keep my fat very low because fat really plays a number on me. It gives me heartburn. It really makes me feel sick. I don't have a gallbladder anymore, and it's just really hard to digest it. And that's one of the reasons why low carb and keto I could do that for a little while, but it really bothers me. And I end up, having to take tons of Alka-Seltzer and stuff because I have a problem digesting the fats. And so a very low fat diet does work for me, but I will have avocados. I will add an egg yolk to my egg whites every morning. I really have a balance of, I'll have a smattering of fat because I know it's very important also to have some healthy fats in your diet because I want to intake all the vitamins that I'm having. And I know some vitamins are fat soluble, so you do need some fat in your diet, healthy fat. So I do make sure that I incorporate that, and some nuts and seeds and things like that. When we go out either like when we go out for date. Last week we went to a Mexican restaurant. It was Honey's pick. And he will always either pick Mexican restaurant or Red Lobster, usually. And so on my pick nights, I either go Mediterranean or I go with Vietnamese food, or I try to, again, I like low-fat options. So looking at this is kind of like a fusion Mexican restaurant, and so it's not your typical, beans and rice and stuff. And what really irritates me about this one place, they do have good stuff, but they don't just serve pinto beans, which I love pinto beans. So if you're gonna have a bean burrito or something, it's black beans, right? And I don't have anything against black beans, but if I want a bean burrito or bean and cheese burrito, I just want pinto beans. I don't want a fancy, fusion burrito. And it's so anyway, they had, I wanted something simple. And so I saw some enchiladas that were spinach and mushroom. And so I thought, I'll get those. I'll get the spinach and mushroom ones. And they had this really cute little, it was like white rice pate or something like that. And it had green chili in it or something. And it looked like a little cake. And maybe it was hominy. Whatever it was really good. But I ate half of everything on the plate. And it came covered in a sauce, like a cream sauce. So I'm like, oh man, that's probably got a lot of fat in it. I don't even know what the cream is. So Honey and I had talked about this, and we said, you know what, when we go out to eat, usually when you go out to eat, they don't serve you plates that are about an average, usually a meal should be around 500 or less calories or so. That's a usual meal that you would make maybe at home. Well, when you go out, it's not like that. It's 1,000+ calories for a burger and fries or a sandwich or pot pie or whatever it is. It's over 1,000 calories, and that is not a normal amount of calories to intake at a meal for anyone. So we have said when we go out, we're going to just ask for a takeout box immediately and just cut whatever it is in half. We've already tried splitting something. We've come up with that in the past, and we never seem to do it. We always end up going, oh, well, if you get this and share it, I'll get this and share it. And so that doesn't work. But if we cut off half of it right away, I think that could probably work. And, when I was thinking about this just now, I just remembered I still have the other half of enchilada in the fridge, but I haven't eaten it all week because that was a bit of a splurge night, and I don't really want to eat the rest of it. I was really keeping my calories, at bay and watching what I was eating this week. So there was no time where I was like, hey, let me bring out that creamy enchilada and add all this fat. So I'm probably just going to toss it. Another thing that I've done, I have to admit, is that I have been trying to keep minimal animal products and including more meals that were more mostly lunch. I will go more plant-based. And it's because, I eat lunch, with the kids, but I eat it pretty much on my own. They don't care what I'm eating. And so I can have rice and beans and veggies and nobody cares. But at dinner time, we want to eat more as a family, so then we end up eating a little differently. So I don't know. I kind of feel like it's kind of weird. I sneak. This sounds weird, but I feel like when I eat plant-based, it's I'm sneaky about it. I do it on my own, right? And I don't know. I feel like when I share with my husband, well, I had a plant-based meal today, or, I didn't eat any meat at this meal, he gets nervous. He looks at me really nervous, and he looks at me like, what are you doing? And I think he's afraid I'm going to change our whole routine and change everybody's diet and throw everything out and go, okay, you're not having it. If I'm not having it, you're not having it. And I'm not going to do that again to him because he needs to. I'm not going to force people to do what I'm doing. So, and I still have eggs. I'm really interested lately on lacto lacto-vegetarianism or pescatarianism, which would include, milk products and egg products. And so I think if I was going to cut out things like meat, I think I would probably go that way. But there are times where I do like to have beef, right? So then, but very, very few times. So then I guess that would make me more of a flexitarian, right? Which I kind of think if you're going to be a flexitarian, honestly, then what is that? You're basically having everything when you want it. So what's the difference? Right now I'm a flexitarian, right? But so I don't know. I mean, I don't, and labels, it's not really, I think I'm not a big label person, but I think identifying somehow, some way kind of helps to channel you into a particular direction, and that could be helpful. So I don't know. I've got a lot on my mind as far as like where I'm going with this, and what I want to cut out or what I don't. I have noticed that I'm just kind of like all over the place this morning, guys. So thanks for listening. That I've been pulling away from chicken, and I bought a ton of chicken, as you'll see in my grocery haul, to prepare for this week. But chicken breast, and I go through periods of my life where I'm just like, oh, I can't stand to look at another chicken breast, and I feel like I'm there again. So, and chicken's very helpful to get the protein in, but I don't know, just don't feel like having it right now. So anyway, that's where I'm at. I just wanted to check in, and I will show you some of the meals that I'm having at the end of this video. I hope you're having a wonderful, wonderful day. All right, one of my favorite breakfasts is an egg whites, coleslaw, and whole wheat pancake, non-fat pancakes with sugar-free syrup, a little kimchi on the eggs, and then lunch was a baked potato, some chicken with some mustard. It's ground up, and I've got some veggies. I made kind of like a chicken salad, and I wanted to put it in the potato. It was a little dry, but it was okay. It did the job. And then I've been making some Jell-O sugar-free pudding fluff, and this one was chocolate. It was really good. Date night was Mexican food. I talked about that. Hey guys, I just got back from a shopping haul. I went to Walmart, and I'm in the garage, and I went to Sam's Club. So I picked up some things. I've got some cage-free eggs, chicken breasts, boneless chicken bites, which I buy for my kids, but I was looking at the calories on it, and it's 160 for 3 ounces, which isn't horrible, and the fat is 3.5. Again, not really horrible. So if I'm not too worried about it, I might could have a serving of that once in a while. I never have. I just always thought, well, that's the kids' food, but I might have some of that. Sometimes I get in a hurry, and I pick up some pre-made salad mixes. This one is the Kickin' Buffalo Ranch. Now, it's like 160 calories for a cup, and that's with the dressing and everything. But honestly, I got these and thought I was just skipping time to cut all those veggies and stuff, and I'll use my own dressing and maybe cut some of that down. I got some of these wonderful sweet sapphire long finger-like grapes. These are nice and sweet. Then they had this on sale, like 3 of these circles of the Laughing Cow cheese for like $5.48, which is a really good deal because one of them goes for 5 something. But then when I got home, I realized it's not the light version. So these are 2 points each wedge instead of 1 point. But it's okay. I'm going to go ahead and work the hit in, and I'll just pay more attention next time. I got an uncured Canadian bacon because 2 or 3 of those in the morning is like 1 point, and it adds a great amount of low-fat protein. I got light string cheese there, which I very seldom eat, but Honey will use that, and the kids as well. A bunch of oranges, Jimmy Dean turkey sausage again. Just like the cheese with me, I normally don't eat these very often, but Honey and the kids do, and it's an option if I want to do that. And of course I had to get some Skinny Pop because I love that stuff. and I can have a lot for a little bit of points. I did get half and half there because it's cheap there. Honey uses it in coffee, and I will add some of this to my low points up at Toscana if I make it. So I love to add that to cream up some soups. All right, breads. I got some more of the Sara Lee Delightful breads here, 45 calories a slice. So a sandwich is 90 calories in bread. I did get some more of the Santa Fe whole grain flax tortilla wraps. I believe those are 2 points each. That's from Sam's Club. And I got some more of the Extreme Wellness wraps. They did not have the plain. All they had was the spinach and herbs, so I grabbed one of those. This is a family pack, so a lot of them come in there. Bunch of romaine, lettuce, bunch of green peppers. Just, you know, a little green pepper added to almost anything gives it a real southwesty flavor. So I love to have green peppers on hand. Persian cucumbers, always good with a sandwich, great instead of chips. Great on a salad, great added to a fried rice just on top. It's like a nice cool crunch. Lots of unsweetened applesauce. I always stock up on that. A really nice big watermelon with a nice big golden spot on it where it sat out in the sun and got sweet. Egg whites, lots of egg whites. Honey and I both go through those. Lots of blackberries, blueberries, strawberries. Picked up a rotisserie chicken for the family. They're out right now, but they'll be coming home soon. And some bananas. All right, last but not least, I have some all-natural French baguettes from Sam's Club. And I get some of those. That's kind of a treat. I'll grab a couple now. I used to love having them like all the time, but they're not whole grain, so I got to kind of keep that down a bit. But Honey loves to have some of that toasted with some soup with crusty bread. So I do grab some. It's a real treat. And I did get a whole bunch of the prune baby food for my baking. This will replace the fat in baking items. And then I got some light cream cheese for different things. A couple of the Skinny Girl syrup, jam. I got the Merlot grape this time, and I just ran out of the raspberry Bellini, so I had to get more. I love that. And then almond breeze unsweetened. I need to get some more of that at Trader Joe's, and I meant to stop there and also get some miso soup, so I'll have to go back there today. All right, so we recently just painted our kitchen and redid the cabinets, and so I found these really nice pictures at IKEA, and I thought they made a really nice complement to the cabinetry and the kitchen. These are scenes of France, and I thought they were so nice to put in the kitchen. They're kind of up high, but that's kind of where they need to be. I thought I would show you how pretty they are. So they just kind of match the decor a bit. Then I got a couple up here. I'll show you. Oh, these ones look really nice as well. All right, this breakfast I'm having some banana pumpkin waffles, and I'm gonna have some zucchini with tomatoes and onions and some egg whites, half a cup of egg whites and 1 egg, and that's gonna be my breakfast. Those waffles are from my cookbook, Plentifully Lean, and really, really good. I'm gonna have them with some sugar-free syrup, and this was really filling. And I have also some buttermint tea to start the morning with.